Cryotek, for your incredible strength and endurance, you shall wear the totem of the
Big daft blue dragon. Another Robots in Disguise review, Gavin. What about the algorithm? Well, look, the algorithm can kiss my entire bald head and bum, everyone. This toy is on loan from the ever-incredible Nick from Toy Foo, so most of this review will be spent with me worrying about breaking something or stressing the plastic. Do you ever get that? You know, you're trying someone else's toy and you're thinking, okay, I think this comes apart. I mean, it looks like it does, but it's not. It's just not moving. I don't want to break it. You know what? Fuck it, I'll leave it alone. And then your pal comes back and rips the toy open with that sheer abandon that only comes from intimate knowledge of the toy, and you feel like a bit of a daft prick. Yep, happens to me a lot. Cryotek's a big dragon boy. He feels very creaky. You know, the different materials squeak together and it doesn't feel particularly solid, but who can argue with the overall look? You know, shiny, bright metallic blues and other deep, rich hues. A true beauty with a ton of great sculpted detail. Those airbrush parts really help break things up too. It's lovely. I'm not really enamoured with that obvious head sticking up behind him. I mean, you can swing the whole tail around to conceal the head underneath, but then the tail's upside down. It's a compromise that doesn't really have a huge effect on the toy, but it is awkward. There's a few cute gimmicks for sure. First off, you can open the dragon mouth with these horns, and pressing them in dislodges the missile from his throat. This lever on his back lets you move the dragon's head around too. Isn't that really charming? Pull on this toggle and the wings, they sort of flap. Again, it's very cute. It makes me laugh just thinking about how desperately quick and jerky the whole thing is. Like he can just barely stay in the air. Pull the toggle right back and you can spread the wings out. I have to call special attention to these wings. I just love that icy blue plastic mixed with the purples and the blacks. Now, before we get into the robot mode, there is an intermediate mode that you can use if you're a maniac. Just a few small moves, and we have this transportation mode, as the instructions say, and it's just not very good. For all the complex mechanisms that go into making it happen with these legs, and the fact that there's hidden wheels in there, who thought this was a good idea? Usually I'm a sucker for modes like this that make no sense, but you've just gone too far today here, Cryotek. Transforming Cryotek feels like it's more complex than it is. Things get in the way a lot, but only if you're following the steps in a different order. You can do it, and there's enough kind of give to allow for it, but once you know what you're doing, it's surprisingly fun, and it's quite clever. It's a really good feat of engineering. I know this is essentially your common Megatron head sculpt, but I really do like it, especially with that raspberry slush hoodie that he's got on. So yeah, we've got a big dragon arm. That's pretty cool. I've got a firing dickhead missile, and a set of thighs that just won't quit. I mean, I've tried asking for their resignation, but to no avail. The bubble on his chest was apparently designed for this gimmick that got cancelled, so it's a little bit redundant, but it does remind me of Taco Tank's eyes, so it gets a full pass. He is quite poseable, and that tail really does help when trying to get him into fun positions. The dragon's head arm is a little bit heavy for its own good, so it takes a bit of time to get used to, but this mode feels much more tabbed together and stable. Cryotek's definitely an oddity when viewed on his own, but in terms of the Robots in Disguise line, we've got complex but intuitive transformations that yield some beautiful results. It fits right in. Right, I better finish things up so this video doesn't drag on, you know? Oh, you liked that one, did you?
No.